So realistically, as a budget in Singapore, you can expect to spend about $5,000 to $7,000. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a realistic budget that you can expect in Singapore, especially if you're looking to come here either for work or for play. Now, as always, this is going to vary from person to person. As I always say, the overseas experience, let's say you are an international moving to Singapore, will depend very much on who you actually are. So with that caveat out of the way, let's jump right into today's video. So we'll be splitting our video into two parts. I'll be talking about how much I actually spend in Singapore since I've moved back about 6 months ago, as well as what you need to actually get paid. So if you want to find out about a decent salary level that you are going to want to make before you take that offer and come over, then you are going to want to watch till the end. So let's jump right into it. So first of all, let's talk a bit about the overall budget. Now, for my individual circumstances, I do not need to pay rent because I could either live at home or pay down a mortgage. Now, if you are not looking to stay long term, then renting will likely make up a huge part of your expenses. A quick search will yield the result of a one bed costing you about 3,000 to 4,000 Singapore dollars if you want your own place. Now, of course, you can share a house with someone else, but that is really up to personal preference. Even when I was in London, I chose to stay on my own, especially when I was building a YouTube channel as well as working a full-time job. In terms of a mortgage itself, if you are single and you're looking for a place around 1 million Singapore dollars, then your mortgage will likely be in the range of $4,000 to $5,000 at current interest rates. However, if you are local, you likely will be able to pay down part of this with the use of your state-defined contribution pension, also called CPF. Now, that would bring down your installment. So really, housing is pretty affordable for most people in Singapore. If they get into a couple situation, then it's even better. Subsidized housing is really as affordable as it gets compared to incomes in this country. Now let's move on to day-to-day, where things would be pretty similar regardless of who you are, and that is going to be food. Now, if you are looking to just dine out at a regular restaurant, that is actually one of the more affordable things to do here as compared to in the West, like in London. So about 15 Singapore dollars per meal if you go to a proper restaurant. If you want something more upscale, of course the sky is the limit, but you can also get something basic but still good from something like a hawker center for about $5 to $7. That, by the way, is about 3 to 4 pounds, so definitely a better deal than a meal deal, if you may. So if we do that for 30 days a month, that works out to somewhere around 900 a month, assuming 2 meals a day and every single one of your meals is in, well, a pretty mid-range restaurant. Next, let's move on to other necessities like transport. That actually costed around $200 a month or so, partly because I commute on a regular basis as well as make trips during the weekends. Add on another $100 if you're going to do it nights out. Now let's move on to the lifestyle side of things, because after all, moving to a new country is not just about economizing for every last cent and only paying for the basics. So first, let's have a look at the gym membership. Personally, I find it worth it to go for a good high-end gym. It's never as crowded, things are clean, and you also get your laundry done for you. So if you are a busy professional, that's also one thing you might want to consider. That cost me about $200 per month to go to this particular chain of gyms. Moving on to the social side of things, we also have activities like outings or weekend meetups. Personally, I spend about $75 a month going to a meetup. By the way, if you come to Singapore, chances are meetups will be paid. Nonetheless, it is still pretty much similar to what you would see in London with meetup.com, the only difference being that it is no longer free. If you want to make a weekend trip, say every month, to somewhere like Bangkok, that is going to be about $300, which is surprisingly affordable and speaks to the fact that you have many travel options around that are relatively inexpensive, especially as we are located in Southeast Asia. Finally, in terms of things like nice meals or dates or even drinks, that is going to cost you about $100 to $200 per time. So let's say you spend $200 per month on that. So where does all of this lead? Well, first of all, adding everything up, that comes to around $8,900 to $2,000 a month, which doesn't sound like much. Now, if you are actually renting, add another 3.5k to it, which will give you a take-home target for a relatively comfortable life on a single person basis of 5,500 Singapore dollars. Now, that is cash you take home, not pre-tax income. So make sure you do your calculations properly. If we account for the fact that part of your salary is automatically contributed to your state-backed retirement account, and taking into account the overall tax rate, that works out to a salary of around 7,000 Singapore dollars per month. So there you have it. The amount for you to be comfortable in Singapore as a single person is about 7,000 per month and up, especially if you are coming here to live on your own and need your own place. All in all, I hope this has been an informative and useful video, especially if you're looking to explore a new career in Singapore or otherwise. Now, if you haven't checked out our other video on why I chose to leave a London banking job to move here to Singapore, then you're going to want to check out this video over here. With all that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.